I'm David Woodland. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Interferon and Cytokine Research. I'm here with renowned viral immunologists Paul Thomas and Katherine Kedzierska, organizers of the Keystone Symposia meeting on viral immunity, basic mechanisms and therapeutic applications, which will be held in Keystone, Colorado on January the 17th to the 20th, and also live streamed virtually.
I'd like to say that we are immensely excited about this upcoming Keystone meeting on viral immunity. Personally, I've been attending Keystone meetings since 1998, since I started my PhD. And for me, Keystone meetings are always associated with this cutting edge, hot of the press data sharing, this vibrant energy in the room, stimulating discussions during the poster sessions or even later at the fireplace until long hours in the evening. So yeah, as Paul said, our main goal is to foster these multidisciplinary collaborations across different approaches, different viral models and outcomes, and really to provide a unique opportunity for interactions. We really feel that this Keystone Symposium will reconnect viral immunologists so they can share the data in this rapidly changing field.
And I think the cross-fertilization piece is really a wonderful aspect of Keystone Symposia.
From the beginning, this meeting was designed to be co-run with the respiratory viruses meeting. And so it's a wonderful synergy, and obviously now a lot of the work is focused on the impressive accomplishments that have been made in the field around coronavirus.
As Paul said, when we started planning this meeting in 2019, we've had one session on human immunology. However, with the recent discoveries in human immunology, with an outbreak of SARS-CoV-2, in understanding human immunity to viruses in blood tissues, I really think we'll see human immunology throughout all the sessions and the recent advances.
So another area that I'm really interested in is immune evasion, and viruses are really good at this. Is immune evasion going to be covered very much in the meeting? And what are the latest advances in this area?
Now we are closely watching how SARS-CoV-2 mutates, and whether the new mutations not only evade the interferon responses, as Paul mentioned, but also what happens with antibodies, B cells, and T cell immunity. So far, the antibodies generated by COVID vaccine still recognize all the major mutations. So viral mutations and escape from adaptive immunity will be covered at the meeting.
There's also an entire session on innate responses and the induction of cell death after viral infection, which is the other end of that immune evasion that Katherine was talking about. And then, there are also going to be talks looking at how different hosts might have different susceptibilities to evasive maneuvers by the virus. So we know in certain high-risk hosts, the virus is much more fit in terms of completing its replication cycle than in low-risk hosts, and trying to find what features of that high-risk host biology are actually facilitating the virus and its replication cycle.
Oh, very interesting. So in addition to mechanisms, the meeting is also going to emphasize therapeutics. So what lines of research are leading to new therapeutics against viral infections?
So the meeting is really looking at therapeutics from all angles. So we're all now incredibly familiar with the vaccines against SARS-CoV-2, but the meeting again is not just a SARS-CoV-2 meeting. So we're looking at all types of viral targets for vaccination, and with the goal of improving vaccine efficiency, the ability of vaccines to induce broadly protective immunity against variable pathogens like influenza and SARS-CoV-2, and the ability to induce mucosal immune responses. And so obviously that vaccines as a platform for public health are far more potent than any other therapeutic will likely ever be. And so there's a lot of emphasis on that. But there are also talks on monoclonal antibodies, which again have been useful in SARS-CoV-2, but are also being applied in RSV and in neonatal RSV in particular. And then there are some interesting talks on small molecule discovery in targeting host factors. And this is a very exciting area because host factor targeting is likely to be a much more difficult target for the virus to evade around. The viral immunology community has performed a remarkable service for the world in the last 18 months. And many of the leaders of those efforts that have led to the rapid development of these vaccines, rapid development of therapeutics, are going to be at the meeting. And I think for, again, all of us to come together and actually interact in a personal way is just so valuable at this time. Also we are sort of at this hopeful, dawn of a new era where maybe we have better control over the pandemic, and at framing and asking the questions for, what did we do well, what did we do wrong, and what should we do next, I think is really critical. And then the last thing I'll say is, from a professional point of view, the people that have suffered the most over the last year and a half are our trainees, students, and postdocs. And it's so critical to them to have this chance to get back to doing science the way we used to do it, which is collaboration and conversation and sharing of data in a way that they haven't been able to do it. And I'm really hopeful that we can provide a lot of opportunities for those interactions to happen.
It was beautifully summarized by Paul. I just would like to say that we look forward to meeting everyone in Keystone.
Thank you both for this fascinating discussion, and I look forward to hearing more in person at the meeting in January. Thank you very much.